Hi, welcome to Rocky Mountain Reviewer. Today we're going to talk about the Midland GTX Talk Radio series. This particular radios you see in front of you on the right are radios that my family and I bought to take on a long trip this summer. We're taking two vehicles, so we need to communicate back and forth without necessarily burning our cell phones to do so. These particular radios work very well. We'll talk about their different capabilities and all that kind of stuff here in a minute. But this particular radio set, we also use, I just recently used hunting, and then we give a radio to our kids and we'll turn one on in the house when they're out running around the neighborhood, going out to the park, that kind of thing. You never can be too careful these days, so it's great to have something like this to give to your kids when they're out and about playing. So, Midland X-TRA Talk series, this is the 1000 series. I think it's 1000 through 6000. This particular is the 1000 series. As you can see right here, we've got the booklet. I'll go through this for you real quick. These particular radios, the features, 50 FRS and GMRS channels. Now, if you know anything about FRS and GMRS, you're technically supposed to have an FCC license to operate on. So use the GMRS channels as you will. 142 privacy codes, waterproof, VOX. So you can VOX, you got the headsets there to use the VOX with. NOAA Weather alerts, leather scan, weather radio, dual watch, Vibrate Alert, monitor function, range beep, tone, silent operation, keypad lock, and on and on and on. So a lot of features with these particular radios. Some of the particular ones that I want to stress: 142 privacy codes. What that does is allow you to say channel 3 and then go on privacy code 20. It gives you a lot more choices to transmit and receive on that more than likely nobody else will be on. If somebody else does jump on it, it's very easy to jump to another one, and you've got the channel all to yourself again. 36-mile range. What I find is the 36-mile range, I've never achieved that. I think that's a theoretical range, but when we're in the vehicles talking to one another through steel, through glass, all the other kind of stuff, we get about 1.5 miles before the signal will really start dropping off. The weather scan, haven't used it yet, but you know, with the hurricanes that just came through over in the Carolinas and that kind of stuff, great to have something like that, something battery operated that you can turn on and get NOAA weather alerts off of. It's got a rechargeable battery pack. I'll show you that here in a second. Or you can use 3 AAA batteries. And if you don't have the ability to recharge. So again, using those AAA batteries, if you got an extra stash somewhere, continue to stay in touch with what's going on, that kind of thing. As far as recharging, it's got a charging docking station you see there. Along with the charging docking station, you got a 12 volt and a 120 volt, 12 volt DC, 120 volt AC charging adapters for that. On our trip, we used both. We also used the 120 here in the house. Both of them have a 120 outlet, about a 150 amp or so outlet in my truck. I was using the 120 and my wife was using the 12 volt on the set of radios she had in her car. Of note, using that, we get about 10, maybe 12 hours of constant use out of these radios before they would die, and we'd have to flip over to the other one to continue to talk. So if we've got to charge one night or something like that, you know, that's about how long we would get before we'd have to change radios. So I think that's kind of the biggest things about this. You do see here I've got this Cobra, an old Cobra. This is a nice big Cobra, old Bell South, and then, you know, this smaller, cheaper Cobra. One thing I found, I've been using these Cobras types for years. That's all we were by for the longest time when we were doing the research for the trip. Just couldn't find something that I really wanted to use. So we went over and tried the Midlands for the trip, and extremely happy with what we got. This Cobra in particular would do pretty well. We could listen to our kids at the park that's, you know, about 3/4 mile or so from here, but it would come in and out spotty. With the GTX radios from Midland, no problem at all. We can talk to them even farther than that. So overall, been extremely happy with these radios. Do want to show you the battery. Forgot to do that earlier. But you can take these off. It's got a clip, goes on here. You just pull this latch down and you can lift the battery pack up, and then your rechargeable battery pack will come out. You can see there are 3 AAA slots that you can use to put AAAs in a pinch. So with that, the Midland series, again, I have the 1000 series, but I'm sure the higher series are just as good as these. Highly recommend them. Give them a try if you can. Please click like and subscribe below. Also in the description, I've got some links to where you can go check these out yourselves. Thank you.